Hello, my friend. Today we want to talk about the PM2 that stands for the Process Manager for Node.js. So first, if we talk about what is PM2, so PM2 is Daemon Process Manager that will help you manage and keep your application online. It says it will help us manage our application. So how it will help us? So if we see this part, so why do we want to use PM2? It keeps our Node.js application alive forever. And if Node.js goes down, PM2 brings it back up automatically with almost zero downtime. And it comes with a built-in load balancer, which makes scaling application way easier. And it works on Linux and Windows and Mac OS, and it can help us how to manage logs for the application. So other than these, actually there are so many things this PM2 can help us. So that's why it is really good to use the PM2 for managing our Node.js application. So now to use this one, we need to download PM2 first. So to do that, we can just type this command npm install PM2. So if you have your Node.js application, you can download this one in there. But for me, I have my boilerplate. So I'm going to use that boilerplate to use this PM2. So if you also want to use my boilerplate, you can just come to my GitHub here. I'm going to leave the URL for you to be able to come in here. So you can just download this one and start with this one together. So I already have this file on my machine. So I'm going to turn on this boilerplate with the text editor I really like, which is the Visual Studio Code. So in here, first I'm going to download the this PM2 by typing npm install PM2, and I'm going to download this one globally. So why globally is I want to use this PM2 command in any directory, not just in this directory. I can go to different directory here or any other directory I want to go to. So I want to use this PM2 command in any directory. That's why I want to download this PM2 globally. So I'm going to type npm install PM2 and latest to download the latest version of PM2 and then flag G. So I'm downloading the PM2 globally. So now I have downloaded the PM2. So if I type the PM2 like in here, so it will give me some response like this. That means I already downloaded this PM2. Now I want to initialize my application. So to initialize our application, originally we just initialize our application like by typing npm run start. Yeah, you can just do it like this. But if you just downloaded my boilerplate and then try to run it, you will get some error from the MongoDB. So you can just delete this part because we are not going to use the MongoDB in here. So you can just delete this part. So all errors go away. Anyway, originally we initialize our application like npm run start. So, but we are going to initialize our application with PM2 together. So the way to initialize our application with PM2 is a PM2 start and app.js or any main.js file. For me, that is the index.js, but this one is inside the server. So that's why for me, PM2 start and server and then index.js. So I'm going to turn it on this one with PM2 together. So now I just initialized it, and then I also want to stop this process. I just initialize it. To do that, I can just type PM2 stop and then application name or the ID. So if you see here, our application's name is index and ID is the 0, and then you can type PM2 stop 0 or index to stop this process. So stop it. You can see this status for this application. Stopped it. So and then we don't like this index name. We want to assign the different name for this process. So to do that, we can just add this name flag. So if we do this in here, PM2 star and then server and index and then name flag. What kind of name do you want to give for this application? For me, maybe the just API. Okay, if I type it, so you can see now this application's name is API instead of index. So if I can actually stop this process with the name API. So PM2 stop API. So now it is stopped it again. And then I want to see more detailed information of the process. I just initialize it. So to do that, I can use this show command. So first I'm going to initialize again. So PM2 star server index, yes, and name API again. And then to see more detailed information of this process, PM2 show and the name of application. So it will give us so much information about this process, like the status, name, or version, or uptime, or script path, like so many information. So in here, I want to point out one thing. So if you see here, like just here, yeah, like here. In here, there are error logs paths and the out log paths in here. So our logs are stored under the PM2 folders. So I want to change this location where logs are stored. To do that, first we need to delete the process list of PM2 list. Like we can see all of the process that are running right now. So if you want to change this kind of argument in here, like you cannot just override it. You actually first need to delete this process and then you need to set them again. So first we want to change this error logs and the out log path. We want to change it. So to do that, first I'm going to delete all of the process. So to do that, PM2 delete API first, and then so one more process is left. So PM2 delete index. So we don't have any process left right now. I want to change this log path. To do this, we can just use the O flag. So PM2 star name API and O, and then name of the log file in here. So I will type PM2 star and server and index.js and name API and O flag and the API log. This is the name of the log file. Enter it. We see here this API.log file was just generated. So now all of those standout are printed by console log. So if we have some console log in our code, like this kind of console log will be yeah, like server listening on 5000 MongoDB connected. This one was written because we have this part MongoDB connected and a server listening on 5000 because we did the console log, this one. So all of the standout printed by console log are recorded in API log. Well, how about stand error? So when we got some error, we also need to print out the stand error. But that is not handled now inside the API.log. So we also need to do that. So to do that, we also need to use this E flag. So I also need to make this one red. Okay. So first I'm going to delete the process and then create the process again for the stand error. So to do this, turn on the terminal again, clear and PM2 list. First, I will delete this API application. So PM2 delete and API and PM2 start server and index.js and name will be API, and for the stand out error O flag and API.log, the name of the log file, and then for the stand error, this E flag, this E, and we will also use the same log file, so it has to be same name, API log, and then we want to merge them together. So merge logs, merge logs. I write this. So like this. So now all the stand out and then stand error will be printed out in this API.log. So now there is the last thing we will deal with. That is the initiate the cluster mode with PM2. So this one is actually really awesome feature that PM2 provides. First, we want to know more about what cluster mode is. The cluster mode allows a network Node.js applications to be scaled across all CPUs available without any code modification. So if you see this picture, originally if we turn on our Node.js applications, even though our server is really big, but we don't use all of the space really well. So to use our all of space really well, we will make more node, not just the one. So if you see in here, depending on the number of CPUs available, we will make as many processes as possible. It will increase the performance and the reliability of our Node.js application. This is really awesome, and we don't need any code modification if we use the PM2 for this cluster mode. So to enable this cluster mode, this is really easy. We can just type this I flag. I need to give this one red color to highlight it. So if we go to our application here, first I'm going to delete the process I'm having right now. PM2 delete API. So I don't have any process. So PM2 start and on server and index.js, and then the I. So if we want for Node.js running like this, we can just type for in here, but I'm going to type the max. So if you see here what max means, PM2 will auto detect the number of available CPUs and run as many processes as possible. So just we want to use our server as much as possible. So max is really good to go. So I'm going to type max. And I also give this one name API again. So I will type it. So now you can see we have 11 processes that are running. So it's really nice. It's really awesome. Besides these features, there are so many things you can do with the PM2. So if you want to know more about this PM2, you can come inside the PM2 website and you can go into this documentation. So there are more and more features you will definitely like. So thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next video. Thank you, my friends.